Hey there everyone! Today's video is going to be a shoe unboxing video, and the shoes that I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing for you guys today is from one of my favorite brands, and they've recently just delved into the world of shoemaking. So this is from the brand Killstar, and the boots that I got are the Winona boot, and they look like these. Now, I am very open and very grateful for the fact that I do modeling work for Killstar, so I was sent these a month before their release, and I was able to test them out, and when I made the post onto Instagram and told you guys a brief review about these, I was not bullshitting in any sort of way, to put it crudely. These shoes are incredible quality, and I can see why they took so long to release these, because these weigh a lot. These weigh a lot. And weight doesn't necessarily mean good quality, but especially when you've got a fully rubberized sole, it does add to the quality of the particular shoe. So the basic features of this particular boot, the Winona boot, these are a Chelsea styled boot, with the fact that they are the pull-on workman boot. In Australia, these are commonly referred to as Blundstone boots or farming boots because of the quick nature of getting into them. But I know that the style is usually referred to as the Chelsea boot style. So like I said, these are a Chelsea style boot with a 4-inch heel and a 2-inch raised platform, making for quite a comfortable heel. And they also have these sewn on harnesses onto either side that feature a pentacle as well as Killstar branding on the heel right there in metal hardware. The hardware is metal. I know that some brands choose to use metal appearing things like acrylic and other hardened plastics. But also, all of their shoes are completely vegan friendly, made of polyurethane leather, so vegan leather. These ones in particular have a smooth leather finish, as also the base of these shoes is made of a completely hardened rubberized platform, and these were so much heavier than I honestly expected, because I've owned a similar pair of boots in the past, but they were nowhere near this heavy. Also, the bottom. I have cleaned them off for this video because I didn't want people to be looking at the dirt that I've been trotting in. So obviously these are completely cleaned and polished, because I have worn these out a few times, and the other boot got a little bit scuffed in the process, so you'll probably see that in the clip that I cut away to. But these are pretty darn clean. The reason why I cleaned these ones as opposed to other shoes that I've unboxed in the past, you can see dirty floor marks and stuff, is because I wanted to show the patterning and the bottom of these. These are incredibly grippy. I don't really come across very many shoes, particularly heels, that have any sort of gripping on the bottom. And you can see that these have been added to the bottom as like an extra for said grippiness. And I know that a lot of people would appreciate that, because there's nothing worse than slipping arse over in public. It's happened to me multiple times, because for some reason all car parks in Australia want to be made of a smooth concrete with paint over the top, and if you know how slippery that gets when it rains, that's when your bottom meets the ground, and I have experienced that all too much. So grippiness is definitely a really good friend, particularly in wet weather, and I'm not sure about snow and all of that stuff, because I've never really experienced snow except for a couple minute times in my childhood. Now, moving on to the comfortability of this particular boot. These are really, really comfortable, and it's one of the reasons why I selected these above the other 4 designs that they released. They did have a pair of flats, but I've had a bad experience with flats recently in the fact that they're hurting my knees, because I do have really high arches and flats don't seem to work well with my insoles. So I'm glad I chose these ones out, because they are really, really comfortable. You just kind of pull them on and go. They do hold my inserts well, which most boots do. And I think the fact that they have a 2-inch raised platform really helps with the comfortability, as it does kind of cancel out 2 inches of the heel. So it's not really that much of a slope for your foot, so less back pain, less knee pain, all of that stuff. I can go a whole day wearing these and not really feel anything at all. I am an experienced heel wearer. I wear them almost every day I go to work. but I do experience a lot of foot and back pain from particular styles of shoes, and these ones I haven't experienced any so far. Another thing I really wanted to point out is the footbed inside of these have cushioning in them, and it's something that I don't really see very often with alternative styled shoes. These ones actually have like little bubbles of cushioning inside them, as well as having a foam layer. The Demonia Swing 215s, which are one of the most comfortable Demonias I've ever owned, have a cushioned layer, as well as the Sinister 59s, I think they're called. Those two particular styles, their cushioned layer and their padding is nowhere near comparable to these. These just, I love the attention to detail that has been put into these boots. Just really glad that they've taken into consideration all different aspects of the shoe, including the inside. Now onto sizing. I got my usual European 38, and unlike Demonia, these ones run by the old kind of Demonia scale. So these ones are a Euro 38, which is a UK 5 and a US 7, or 24 centimeters. So these ones fit very true to size. They are a tiny bit on the large size for me, but that's because I think I've mentioned it before, I'm technically a 37.5, but I do like looser fitting things, as well as the fact I have to accommodate for the fact my inserts have to go inside of shoes. With my inserts in these, they fit quite nicely. Not snug at all, which is great. However, I do think that if you do have wider feet, I would recommend sizing up, because these ones fit very much like Iron Fist shoes. And I think I've explained before how Iron Fist tends to run on the slightly narrow scale of width. With shoes like Demonia's, I can size down, but with Iron Fist, and I'm guessing these ones, I probably shouldn't size down due to the fact that it would become a little bit too tight, especially with my insert involved. So my overall sizing recommendation is to stick with your regular size. Unless you do have a broader foot, then consider going up a size. So you can get an idea for what these shoes look like on human legs, I will cut to a clip of me wearing them right now. Overall, I rate these shoes a 9, possibly a 9.5 out of 10. I can't really fault them on much at all, and I forgot to talk about the packaging. I mean, sleek Killstar box, but the interior is completely designed. Everything right down to the box is completely thought of and is beautiful. I will be keeping this shoebox too, because I really like the matte black aesthetic, as well as the fact that it has the Killstar logo there. I think I'll put my Killstar accessories like belts and stuff inside of there, and it will be aptly named too. I can't really fault these shoes for much at all. My only reason for deducting half a point would be because they are a little bit on the narrow side, and while that isn't an issue for me personally, I know that others may have a little bit of issue with sizing and all of that because of said problem. So I hope you enjoyed this shoe unboxing video. I have so many more shoes to unbox. I've gotten really slack with shoe unboxings because I have a feeling like people don't really care, honestly, but I do get a lot of questions about particular shoes that I feature on my Instagram profile, so I'm going to try and power ahead. I do have a negative shoe unboxing that I need to film because it is a pair of shoes that I could not see any other reviews on the internet of. I bought them and I am very dissatisfied with them, and they're from a brand that I regularly unbox on here, so look out for that particular video. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I'd love to be here for every single video. Like this video if you like this shoe unboxing, comment down below if there's something you'd like to see on this channel. Also, what do you think of Killstar's range of shoes? And I hope you all have a fantabulous day.